Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of RE Director's Cut. Let's get right back to it, right where I left off at the end of the previous video. So, like I said before, I'm just going to try to limit these videos to about 15 to 20 minutes, kind of leaning more towards the 20-minute limit. I think that's a little better. Just going to try it and see. But, if I'm not mistaken... Did I get the key yet? No, I don't think I did. No worries. I will eventually get it. Do not fret. And, my neighbor's actually throwing a bit of a party. Not a bit. It's quite a big party. I hope it's not going to be coming through my microphone, but most of the time it doesn't, so I should be alright. I don't know if there's the same amount of zombies in the remake as there are as this game in that hallway. I'm not sure. Ah, there's Barry.
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Whoa, this hall is dangerous. Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we?
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
Sweet. Okay, later, Barry. A couple things. First, I love how he's like, it's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. I'm like, what else? Why would he need to say that? Would Jill have a preference at times for a weapon that's only powerful against, like, inanimate objects? Like, why would a statement like that need to be made? And the other thing is, I love how expressive, how they have to show that the characters are talking. I mean, obviously you can hear them, but oh, yeah, it's Forrest. He's been the source of inspiration for my YouTube name, Bazooka. Sweet. So is the bazooka the same gun? It doesn't even look like the same gun as the grenade launcher in RE2. I mean, we can consider that a grenade launcher, is that right? Because it uses acid rounds, grenade rounds, flame rounds. Just like the ones in the subsequent games. But I don't know. I mean, I'm no gun expert by any stretch of the imagination. And the thing with that gun is that, like, you see how there's 6 grenade rounds in it right now, and you can tell because the number's green. You have to shoot all 6 grenade rounds before you can even think of loading any other grenade type in the gun. That is something that pisses me off. It, like, really irritates me. It's just, it's kind of silly. It's kind of stupid. Especially because, how does the grenade launcher work? You have to load a round each time, so why that how Jill is prevented from loading whichever round she chooses next is I just don't understand it. And yes, I know this is a little overkill with the shotgun shells, but you notice I only have 3 handgun bullets. Usually for this first part of the game, it's kind of like nerve-wracking in terms of having a low amount of bullets. But once I visit Kenneth's corpse, he has like a couple of magazine clips, so then things start to look up. Thank goodness. This is, I think, the only other save room in the entire mansion, but I visit the other one more often just because of its placement. Yes, I am hoarding these ink ribbons like nobody's business. I do love the Earth brand of chemical, and the description is just chemical. Chemical could be anything. And the ironic thing about it is that it's called Earth, right? So you would think it promotes the growth of plants, but it doesn't. It's actually a oh my gosh, what's the term? Herbicide, I guess. I guess it's right. Killing of plants. Gotta get this armor key. I'm gonna get it really soon here. You know, just randomly, I'm not a fan of speedruns. Well, I'm particularly not a fan of speedruns that are like, let's use all sorts of glitches, and it's to the point where the person is going so fast and breaking the game so freaking hard that you can't even see what's going on. I'm like, how am I supposed to enjoy watching someone do this? But, you know, to each his own. Speedrunning is obviously very popular. You know, that's just what people like, so that's fine. But I don't mind a speedrun if I can actually see what's going on. And I kind of like when people don't use glitches, don't use tool assist, you know, techniques to run through a game faster than they could, just based on skill. Because I think anybody could use a glitch, anybody could use some kind of hack to do that, but I like to see someone run through the game as fast as possible, you know, through a great amount of effort, try to figure out what the fastest route is, that sort of thing. Now, with that in mind, like I said, I hate speedruns for the most part, except, like I said, I don't mind watching someone skillfully run through a game, but I did try a speedrun of Resident Evil 2, and it was not a pleasant experience. That, to me, is the #1 fastest way to get sick of a game. Playing it over and over and over and over again. Repeating the same actions over and over and over again. And I tried a speedrun one time for Resident Evil 2, and typically I beat that game in like 2 hours to 2.5 hours. It's kind of like the amount of time that I usually take to beat it. It depends whether I feel like going to particular rooms. Sometimes I will skip rooms if I really don't need them, that kind of thing. So I usually beat it in around that time. But when I did the speed run, I beat it in 1 hour and 38 minutes, something like that. And that's obviously the fastest time I beat it, but the effort that I needed to make, and the fact that there's like certain things you have to memorize, not just routes from, you know, let's say point A to point B. I mean, you literally have to memorize. You have to specifically walk this many steps. You have to specifically dodge to the left of this enemy but to the right of the other enemy. Things like that. And I'm just like, nope, that's not gonna happen again. I did it once. I paid my dues, and that was the end of it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. I still play Resident Evil 2. And the thing is that I said, you know what, never again. Because I don't want to hate this game. Resident Evil 2 is by far my favorite, not only Resident Evil game, but my favorite game in general. And I have played the hell out of that game. I play it a lot. And even so, I don't get tired of it. But the speed running effort that I tried to do, the speed running attempt that I tried, I already felt like, oh my gosh, this is gonna make me so sick of this game, and I didn't want that to happen. So, you know what, honestly, I do give speedrunners a lot of crap in terms of like if they use glitches, like I said before, or whatever. But my hat's off to speedrunners, because that takes a tremendous amount of skill. It really does. So, skill and patience and dedication. So, not everybody could do it, so, you know, I recognize that, and I get it, and I respect it. But it's not for me. I just prefer to, and for me, just the concept of it, like I said, I respect speedrunners because that's a skill. But the concept of getting through a game as fast as possible when, like, so many games, especially older games, are all about exploration, and they're all about, hey, you can beat the game, but there's a whole ton of secrets. For example, Metroid. you can beat that game without completing it 100%, but the fun is trying to get to 100%, trying to find all the different power-ups and stuff, all the different missile upgrades and yada yada yada. So, and I mean the way the old Metroid games were were, how do you say, the premise of them is exploration. So it's almost like, my gosh, if I try to speedrun, then I'm just going against it. And I don't know, that just doesn't sit well with me. Just as a gamer, it goes against my gaming sentiment, my gaming instincts. So it's just, that's another reason why I don't do it. I love to explore my games. I'm like, I paid $50-$60 for this game. I'm gonna play it for my money's worth. Let's just put it that way. I like how it focuses on his like pants, like his crotch, because I guess it's too graphic to show you the fact that his head is completely separated from his body, like some kind of Mortal Kombat fatality. But first of all, this game's called Resident Evil, not Ponies and Rainbows. Secondly, you can see his head is separated from his body in the further camera angle. So who are we trying to fool here? I don't know. And now I still have a few things I need to do in the dining room and that area, but I'm gonna try to just explore some other armor key doors as well, because there's quite a few. I think out of all the keys that you get, the armor key opens up the most doors. I might be wrong about that though. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And I love how they kind of copy that concept again. You get 4 keys and they open up different areas. And they did it again with Resident Evil 2, where this time it was like, the key, the suits in cards. You have the heart key, spade key, blah blah blah. I know there's one other, though there's quite a few doors, but there is one other door on the other side of the mansion that has a lot of herbs. Also uses that same key, the armor key. And I'm probably not gonna get to it in this video, but I will be getting to that too. Can never have too much herbage. I mean, take it from me, I would know. I'm just kidding. My goodness. I think I beat the arranged version of this game, of Jill's game, once. For me, the arranged mode is kind of tough. Because I don't know if it's that the zombies take more damage, but I just know I have a harder time with it. So, and like I said in my first video, I've never beaten Chris's arranged mode. I beat Chris's regular mode just once. And I don't think it's very fair that he only gets 6 item slots. If anything, give Jill 6 item slots. You know why? Because she has the lockpick. So she doesn't have to carry around the small keys. That sort of thing. But people are saying, people will be quick to say, oh, well, he has less inventory space, but he is stronger in terms of his health. He can take more damage. I personally am playing through this game as both him and Jill. I don't really see that advantage. To me, it's not as clear as other people might experience it. I don't know. Maybe it's just I need more practice with this game, but I just feel like Chris really got the short end of the stick in this game. And in the remake, they also still insist on giving him 6 item slots, which is absolutely caca, let's put it that way. And by the way, speaking of inventory, how on earth does a small key, take up exactly the same amount of space as the rocket launcher? Can someone explain that to me, please? Because that just, like I said, no gun expert, but I'm pretty sure a rocket launcher is a lot bigger than a key. I don't know, just saying. You guys can feel free to correct me on that. But I do like that Resident Evil 4 kind of addressed that. As a matter of fact, to me, that was the game within the game, organizing that inventory. It was so much fun. And I felt really accomplished when I was able to use every single square of space in that attaché case. Man, I felt like the freaking greatest gamer in the world when I would do that. Speaking of which, I haven't played Resident Evil 4 in like the longest time. And get ready for some blasphemy here, folks, because I know a lot of people like that game. It's not my favorite Resident Evil. In terms of ranking, I rank all of the classic games higher than RE4. I know. Now, to be fair, out of the newer games, the more modern games, Resident Evil 4 is by far superior than 5 and 6. 6 is the absolute worst. 5 to me is just a hair higher than 6. It's not that much better than 6, but because Wesker's part of it, you know, that counts for something. But 4, at least, you still get those tense moments. Definitely 4, there were moments that put me on edge, so I'm just like, okay, I still feel this some level of suspense. It's different than the classic games, but at least it's still there. You do get the sense that you feel alone and helpless sometimes, but you get weapon upgrades, so you know you at least have a chance to kind of deal with whatever Leon has to deal with. I like the fact that there's still puzzles in the game. Resident Evil 5 had like one puzzle, some stupid laser like Tomb Raider freaking esque puzzle. It was ridiculous, and then that was it. And then 6, did 6 have any puzzles in it? I'm trying to think through all the campaigns. I don't think 6 had puzzles in it, did it? I mean, I blocked the painful memories of that game. That's why I don't really remember it. I might do a let's play of it, but that would involve a lot of heavy drinking and trying to repress painful memories that will undoubtedly ensue. Just noticed Jill has a big booty. Just saying. And Revelations. I still have yet to beat Revelations. I got up to like chapter 9 or something like that. Everyone's saying that, oh, Revelations is amazing. Revelations is amazing. I'm like, I'm already up to chapter 9. I have like 3 more I don't even know how long that game is, but I'm most of the way through it, and I'm just like, where's the good part? Revelations, I first bought that game for the 3DS. That's the reason why I got the system, as a matter of fact. And I got up to a part in like chapter 3 or chapter 4 with some boss, and I rage quit because it was absolutely ridiculous. And then when I heard just about a year later, maybe a little less, that they were gonna release ports of the game for the 360 and for the PS3, I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give this game a second chance. I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna see. There's no way that boss can beat me. And I tried it, and I casted it too. I remember this. And I made no less than something like 20 attempts to beat that boss. And I was that close to rage quitting again. So if you play the game, you know. It's something like chapter 3 or chapter 4. Was it chapters or episodes? I don't know. Anyway. And you're playing, and you're like in this area, and not only are you trying to beat the boss, but there's also a whole ton of enemies that are around you as well. And the thing is, that wouldn't be too bad if it weren't for the fact that you have a partner with you. If your partner were to at least help a little bit with that, then it wouldn't be so bad. You can maybe sort of focus on the boss, and I mean, you know, Parker, who's your partner, shouldn't be kind of owning all the enemies anyway, but like, you know, maybe you can deal with the boss, and once in a while kind of say, okay, I need to deal with the smaller enemies. But I swear, I shit you not, that partner of yours does nothing. He just sits there and stares at you while you're supposed to take care of all this stuff. And I think I remember not having a ton of ammo at that time, so by some miracle, nothing short of that, I actually was able to get through it. But like I said, 20 attempts later, and by that time I wasn't even happy that I won. And I even said it in the cast too. I said, I'm not even happy that I got past this part, because this was ridiculous. I made that comment, and I was just so livid that I couldn't even say anything after that. I really couldn't. but people understood. So, but after that, there was nothing like that in the remainder of the game that I played. I don't even know if the final boss will be tough like that. Whatever else the game's gonna throw at me, I don't think it's gonna be anything like that. And I don't understand that. I don't understand games that like throw a ridiculous boss battle or a ridiculous situation at you, not at the end of the game. I don't know. I'm all for challenges and stuff, and I welcome it. I don't like my intelligence to be insulted, as a matter of fact, but that was just crazy. That was not about skill. That was just hope that your patience doesn't run out, and eventually you'll win. And I don't like that. I don't know. At least the way it was constructed in Revelations, it was, to me, that particular part of the game was so poorly constructed that I don't even know how people like the game, to be honest. But I digressed for about 20 minutes or so, something like that. Anyway, back to this game. So I'm just kind of going through, collecting whatever I need to collect. And by the way, I always forget to play a save file, like a clear save file, so I can get a new costume for her. Because that room that I was just in has the costumes, but you need a special key. And I always forget to play the save file. I just play a brand new file. But as a matter of fact, I don't really know what the new costumes look like in this game. Or the alternative costumes, I should say. But one day I'll try to find that out. I think I'm almost done with doors. Opening doors. Fun task, I know. But necessary. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I have 2 out of the 4 crests that I need to progress even further in the game. So I need to kind of continue on. I think the one Resident Evil character that I would cosplay as, obviously, for reasons, would be Sheva. But I would probably cosplay as her. I know that sounds like I'm on an ADD binge, but I'm really not. But yeah. Maybe I'll cosplay as her. I've never cosplayed as anyone before. But that should be interesting. And no, not the tribal outfit. That's crazy. I would just do her regular outfit. I suppose that's decent enough. What do you guys think? But, okay. Let me just go ahead and kind of clear out my inventory. There's still a few more doors that I need to open with this armor key. But I'm just going to save my progress just for the sake of maintaining this for the Let's Play. Probably going to have a ton of saves because of it, but I'll just go ahead and save. It should be, let's do slot 3, and there you go, storeroom, and I will be back in the next video. See you guys.